Welcome to Stormwatch, the esports show where South Korea apparently has our back. More on that in just a moment. I'm Jinxie Cat, and let's get into the news. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Since the last video, an additional 7% of you watching have subscribed, so thank you very much. And please, if you like what we're doing here, then hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. It really helps us out. If you want to go the extra mile, then use the join button below the video to support us monthly for less than a Netflix subscription. In breaking news that was released just after Tetcher signed off the final version of last week's news, South Korean politicians put forward a potential bill known as the Heroes Law, a law designed to prevent companies from treating players and employees like Blizzard did during the cancellation of HGC. This law would require companies to provide employees and contractors some better form of warning. Tetcher would have you know that he received a 30-minute warning before finding out he had no job. This was after Blizzard demanded that he move to keep said job a year before. I dropped out of college myself personally at Blizzard's request and put down a non-refundable deposit on an apartment in Anaheim. Many of the players and crew in HGC had it just as bad or worse. This law could go a long way to support and further legitimize esports in the future while preventing companies from treating hundreds of people as disposable. So we'll be keeping a close eye on it to see if it goes through and if other countries follow suit. In Heroes Lounge, Division 1 Plus longtime top-level EU team Pepe Milady took the lead at the top of the table with a match advantage over their contemporaries, 2-0 over Diablo Neat's Affection, and then losing 2-1 to the Bunker crew. Most of the Mythic Cup and Masters Clash teams also took wins to creep up the board, so please check out heroeslounge.gg for all the standings and results. NGS has announced their Season 11 Champions Charity Tournament, a double ladder style tournament in which the top finishers of NGS Season 11 will battle it out to see how far they can go and help raise money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Check out more about that campaign in the description below. It's the penultimate Masters Clash week where it looked for a while that the table would not change, with Chili Mountain taking out Inting for Ruby in a 3-1, 30k wiping Arthur Straigheim, and Soundless barely taking out Go Next. But the last match really proved how close the top three of the Masters Clash is. The Hardos and the Donuts went all the way, but in the end, the Donuts took the 3-2. As such, they dropped the Hardos down to tied second place with them. This opened up the way for 30k to retake first place again. Dreamhack Beyond Qualifier 2 is coming up. Several CCL teams and more non-CCL teams have signed up with just under a week to go to still sign up. The top two teams will qualify, so make sure to check out the link in the description to sign up or watch at twitch.tv/Dreamhack_Clash. This Friday, where you can watch your Storm host, that's myself and Tetcher, cast the action. Some teams may drop out and let you down, but we sure won't. To start our CCL news, the Onyx roster has left Onyx and is now known as Diamond Hands in CCL. In our chats with some of the players and the crew involved, this seems to be a decision that all are happy with, so we wish Diamond Hands the best of luck. We hope their gaming stock rides high and their name age as well. For this next segment, we would like to offer a trigger warning involving self-harm. Please view at your discretion. CCL this week chose to ban Simplicity player Cure for the remainder of Season 2 due to him telling a fellow Storm League player to quote-unquote neck themselves. Cure, along with many members of his team and friends, spoke out publicly about how Cure was not contacted about this ban or even given the chance to explain himself, which is in stark contrast to how CCL treated other players using offensive language and actions in Season 1. It took less than 24 hours, though, for Cure's ban to be lifted, as Cure demonstrated the phrase being a term meaning to quote-unquote slap oneself on the neck when they are being daft, which was used from the 2017 Urban Dictionary. There is so much we could say about this from both sides, but Tetcher and I just report the news, so we'd rather hear what you think in the comment section below, and you can tell us how you feel about what Cure said, CCL's actions, and the use of Urban Dictionary in an esports disciplinary setting. In CCL results, Wildheart put up a valiant fight, but ultimately lost to the steadily growing Storm Esports in a 3-2. Chili Mountain continued to show that a mid-level EU set team is paying off better than most of the draft teams, as it took a 3-0 versus 30k. 30k was originally the only CCL team that had not lost a match thus far. Simplicity then reclaimed their place at the top of the table, with Cure included, by 2-1ing Oxygen, and Diamond Hands were able to keep Granite Gaming from their first series win. However, Granite Gaming did pick up their first 2 map wins. Check out all the games at Heroes Hearth on Twitch or find Tetcher's casted VODs here, and make sure to sub and ring that bell. In Girls Gang Squad this week, the queen herself was missing. Jazeline had to take the weekend off due to a very rare form of illness known as love sickness. The only cure? This sweet little face. Look at that little nose. Oh my goodness. In case you were all wondering, the puppy's name is Moose, and yes, he's a good boy. As such, Arrow and Plasticine covered out a belter of a game on Friday where Melon Place Faux Days had their crown snatched away by Protoss Em Out. And on Saturday, myself and Plur Ninja casted a dominant series in which Catapocalypse won a hard-fought 3-0 versus Nuka-Cola. Girls Gang Squad is the premier Women's Heroes Esports showcase, and you can catch every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, and every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. As a note to all you loyal GGS fans, the Saturday League will be taking a 2-week hiatus for the 29th and the 5th, so the company may enjoy some upcoming charity events. We have all but one of our rosters for the Fishbowl League set. Amazing players like Hu Yao and assassins from China's Team Fly will take on KCB and the legendary post-HGC player Boonjua Plak. I apologize for any butchered names. English translations do not always provide the most accurate pronunciations. Several of the teams will be named after the players that captain them, including Team Reset, where he will be playing with Capybara and Wiz. Team Gondar has picked up some Chinese players like LLK and will join up with the educational streamer and top player Academy. Team Lockdown has probably the most HGC experience, with Crow, Relic, and Frankel joining the legendary player himself, Lockdown. Team Spell, aka Tist, who is bringing in not only the CCL player Kepi, but also Hero, a player known as BDG. Fingers crossed, it's producer and YouTube sensation Brian David Gilbert, and Wishing. Finally, Team Kyocha grabbed up Haibane, among others. Our final team, Team RPG, has yet to reveal their full roster. Hyde has also agreed to try and give us the replay, so keep an eye out for those casts when we can bring them to you. The Fishbowl League starts on the 28th. That's it for this week. Make sure to vote in our poll in the community tab, where last week 56% of you voted that you think Breeze and Wubby will return part-time, with 0% of you thinking that Wubby would return without Breeze. Tune back in next week for more Heroes news. Did we miss anything? Join our Discord linked below and tell us about any Heroes esports news, or just stop by and say hi. You can also support our crew through any of the donation links found below. Be sure to subscribe and finally hit that join button below for early access to these videos when available. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Organic gaming. Organic gaming.
I don't think that's one thing.
Organic gaming. Aether said there was one time to sing, and I would know when it is, and it was this time.
Oh, you dumb boy. You dumb boy.